Oh.
Yeah, you're totally laughing in the background. Okay. Hey, you guys. We are about to start our TerraFit class, and we wanted our teammates to be involved. And so those of you that are in Odessa with us, we want you to know that we are here to support you guys, and we want you to do as well as everybody in Kerrville is going to do. So I'm recording this for you guys. If afterwards you have any questions that didn't get answered, just send me an email or Facebook me. You know how to reach me. So we're going to start with the rules first. So let's go to... Okay, is that up there? All right, so this is kind of a welcome to the challenge. It talks about what it is. You guys already know what the challenge is. You've paid your money and you're in it, so I hope you know what it is. Now let's talk about a little bit about how it works. So you're going to be on a team of 5 individuals. We've already got all of our teams set up. If you want to know who's on your team, we can tell you. It's not super important because we're all going to be working together. So the team scoring. Now this is going to be super important. So scoring for teams is calculated on average points per week for a maximum score of 700 plus. Well, plus your weight loss. So inactive players or players that don't report during the week, it gets excluded from the average. But any player that updates those numbers at a later time, it'll be recalculated. It's super important to log your points every single week and every single day, if at all possible, because there's weekly prizes. So that's super cool. You definitely don't want to miss out on any prize money or giveaways, stuff like that. So they give us a little example of what kind of the scoring looks like. So this player did awesome. They got 700 every day, so their average was 700. This player, they did 700 every day, but they got that 0 right there, so they probably didn't log in. So that one kind of gets just dropped off for an average of 700. But this person did 700, 700, 700, and then they logged in and did one activity that got 10 points. So that drops their average down to 562. Then this player got 800 on this day. They killed it. They probably did a lot of bonuses, had some good weight loss, kept going, kept going, kept going. So their average was 734. Then they do a cumulative score, and you can always go back. So they give you 2 weeks to go back. If you forget to log in or if you didn't log in correctly and add up your points correctly, just go back. They'll give you up to 14 days to do that. So are there any questions about scoring? The way to do it, yeah, that's probably helpful. You're going to log into TerraFit.com, and you'll have, I don't know if they're going to email us our login information or how that's going to work.
I already set mine up.
Cool.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Good job.
Really? That what you do? I just created an account with them. Just like a
But you can
ID.
see like their.
Not yet, not till.
Yeah, not
see,
till
that's
April
what I thought you were
6th,
talking
yeah.
about. I was like, I keep trying to. But
Yeah, they won't let us see it until April 6th. I'm super eager to see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how you're going to log in. That's also how you're going to access your workouts too. And they're also including recipes, and they've done a new yoga video. So I'm really excited about that one. Question? No? We good? Okay. Okay, team leaders. So for our teams, I'm a team leader, Katie is a team leader, and Tori is a team leader. So you're on Katie's, y'all guys are on Tori's and Joseph's team. So, and then my team is Odessa, and Paula and Rachel are on my team, and Jennifer. Shoot. I'm going to do all of this with Jennifer and Jessica tomorrow. So our team coach is, I think if you've logged onto our Facebook account, you've seen Callie Trainer. If she's not super active, I don't really know exactly if she's real or not. Like if she's like a group of people, or if Callie Trainer is like her first name and last name. It just seems kind of weird that her last name is Trainer.
Yes.
So I don't think she's real.
And Callie is, it reminds me of like calories.
Oh, really?
Short
Yeah,
for calories.
kind of. I hadn't thought about that, but you're right. So I'm working really hard to become a coach. So guys, if you have a question along the way, I can find the answer for it. So like I found some answers to some of Tori's questions that she asked that she didn't answer. So don't worry about us not having a super active coach. Okay, prizes. Super excited about the prizes, about winning some money. So there's pools pretty much based on the size of the participants. So I'm pretty sure that we have more than 3,000 participants. I know that there were over 400 teams that signed up to do the April challenge. So let's just look at that one. So what they do is they take half of your $25 that you enrolled with, and they put that in a pool to win. So there'll be $20,000 in prize money. The grand prize would go for $15,500, monthly prizes of $3,000, referral prize. So the person that refers the most people can get a prize too. So while you're doing this, if people are asking you about it, pay it, go for it and do the pay it forward. And so not only will you get points for your team for referring people, but you will also get chances to win. So if while you're doing this, you're feeling awesome, people are seeing results, just do the pay it forward and get them signed up, because there are challenges that start every month. And then best before and after. So what?
They can start like the next month or something?
Mm-hmm. So there will be a challenge that starts in May.
Oh, okay.
So, and if they want to put together their own teams, we can do that too. So it's a cool process. And then best before and afters gets 500. So that's why I told you guys to bring uncomfortably tight clothes so we can take some pictures later. And ideally what we'll do is the photos that we take and the clothes that we're wearing today will be the clothes that we take the pictures in at the end. So you can tell if they're loose, if they're super tight, still, that kind of thing. So, okay, and then the grand prizes talks about, there's 2 winning teams. So the first place team gets 65% of the pool, second place gets 35%. That's if there's less than 1,500 participants. If there's more, there's 3 winning teams, and they break it down into 50%, 30%, and 20% of that pool. So we're shooting to be first place. I don't care who it is. Maybe we can take first, second, and third. There we go. Okay, and then there's individual contests. So if you're doing this contest and your team is just blowing it, but you're rocking it, don't sweat it. Keep going, because you could win for yourself. So let's see. Individual grand prizes. So they give a little example instead of going through all of these. Jill wins first place for a prize of $1,500, and then her coach will also receive some money for that too. So Jill gets paid $1,350 for winning, and there's 3 individual prizes if there's less than 1,500, and there's 5 places if there's more than 1,500. The monthly prizes, there's $1,000 awarded to the team with the best scores for the previous month. So in May, they'll pay out for whoever did the best in April. They do weekly awards, $25 gift certificates to use online, and then referral prize. Kind of talks about the pay it forward stuff down there. Okay, the best before and afters. So it says a winner will be selected based on the following criteria: weight loss, transformation. So this could be you're in decent shape, but you gain some serious muscle. So that would be considered a really good before and after transformation. And then picture quality. So we'll try to make sure that our picture quality is good. Okay, so how the point system works. This is where the bulk of our class is gonna sit at. So it talks about a total of 700 points per week is possible. That doesn't include weight loss or pay it forward points. You earn points based on what you eat, how much water you drink, your exercise, daily challenges, and additional bonus opportunities. So the healthy foods options, you can get a maximum of 20 points. So you're shooting to eat 10 of the healthy foods that are on our healthy foods list, and we'll talk about that in just a second.
Question. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know if you said we were talking about later, but if are we putting in the food and then it's telling us the points that we're earning for it, or do we have to calculate the points ourselves?
Yeah, not like you're going to keep track of that yourself. That's why I kind of did a meal plan for myself ahead of time, because I wanted to make sure that I got everything in, and then I could just highlight it whenever I eat that, or just so whatever works for you tracking wise. Keeping a food journal is something that a lot of people recommend anyways, just so you are aware of, you know, how much water you're drinking, how many veggies you're getting, stuff like that. So, yeah. And you can have multiple servings in each meal. So we've got to get at least 4 veggies in each day. And so if for breakfast you have a spinach and bell pepper omelet, or spinach and mushrooms, whatever your choice is, then that's 2 of your veggies. Okay, does that make sense? I'm choosing to do trim shakes in the morning, and so I'm going to be throwing veggies in my trim shake to get some of them out of the way. So having those vegetables eaten, like probably by lunchtime, is what I'm going to shoot for, so that I don't have to worry about it throughout the day.
What about juicing? Like, what if we
can juice. I'm not sure how many points it's going to cost. Yeah, that's something I need to find out, because I was wondering the same thing.
Because that takes a lot of the fiber out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you still get a bunch of the good stuff.
The only thing about juicing is they say you're supposed to drink it within 20 minutes of juicing it.
Right.
So you can't juice it and put it in the fridge and drink it tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I usually juice in the morning and drink it first thing. That's usually what I do.
Yeah, I'll find out for you. I'm not sure what the answer is, though.
Did you have a question?
No, I was kind of the same person.
Okay. And if there's something that I don't answer, y'all just holler at me if I'm not paying attention. Okay, so this says, your parents were right. Vegetables are good for you, so you earn an extra 10 points if you have 4 or more servings of vegetables in a day. These are all or nothing points. So you either get your 4 servings or you don't. And that's kind of how it works. So if you eat 3 servings of vegetables and it is 7 o'clock and we have to stop eating by 8, you better go have some carrots. So you're either going to get 10 points for these or you're going to miss out on them. So, and they count for both our veggies and our healthy food. So they give a little example. So if you eat a serving of broccoli, you get 2 points for choosing a healthy food. And if you eat 3 more servings of vegetables, you also earn 10 extra points. Go for it.
I know this is just lingering in the back of my mind, but how do they know everybody's accounting for all the points? Like, I know that maybe.
They are pretty much doing it as
Honor system.
right, an honor system,
Okay,
just pretty much based on integrity. And you're going to be able to tell at the end of the trend, like at the end of the 90 days, if somebody's like, yeah, I rocked it. I only lost 2 pounds and had no extra muscle, but I worked out every day. Are you sure? Like, so they're going to know.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's definitely the honor system for sure. Okay, so unhealthy foods. This is kind of like the wham of the whole thing. So you won't reach your goals by working out if you eat the wrong foods. You will lose 2 points for each serving of unhealthy food. So be careful, don't get carried away, because there is no limit to how many points you can lose each day. A list of unhealthy foods is provided at the end of these instructions. However, you do get 1 free meal each week without having to lose points. And a free meal consists of a maximum of 4 servings of unhealthy food eaten as a single meal, okay? So on my meal plan, my free meal is on Saturday nights, because that's whenever we get together with our family and eat. And Scott always makes homemade ice cream. So I'm really going to want some ice cream. So that's what's going to work for me, but you guys can have your free meal whenever. So if there's something at lunch at work one day that it's impossible to get away from, choose your free meal then. So whatever is going to work for your schedules when you should do it.
But that's a meal, not all day.
Yeah, it's not a free day. It's a meal for sure. So, okay. And on this program, we're focusing on 6 small meals. So it's pretty much, if you can think of it this way, it's 3 meals and 3 snacks kind of thing. So eating smaller meals more regularly helps keep your metabolism going and helps you to release fat. You earn 5 points for eating 6 small meals rather than 3 larger meals. So plan ahead. And that's what I did. I've talked to you guys about the meal plan. And portion sizes. At the end of this, there is a guide that shows portion sizes. So like a rule of thumb for eating meat or protein is that it should be about the size of your palm or about the size of a deck of cards. So if you're having protein for, lunch and dinner, that's a general size, about 3 to 4 ounces mostly. And then for any kind of oil or sugar, they say about your thumb. So like the pad of your thumb should be about the size of the oil that you cook with or the milk that you pour in your coffee or whatever. So we'll talk a little bit about portions whenever we get there at the end, but is there anything specifically that you're like wondering about?
Can you have eggs, like if I wanted to have eggs in the morning and then I wanted to have a meat for dinner or lunch, can I do that? Those 2 servings of that? Okay. So
Yep, you can. And so like for eggs, I'm gonna shoot for 2 eggs at a time instead of doing, you know, like a 6-egg omelet or something. So I'm gonna do 2. And if you want to do a little bit more, you could do a full egg and then 2 egg whites if you need a little bit more consistency or more food. And then as for like vegetables, pretty much eat to your content. There's not really going to be like you can only have 4 ounces of broccoli. Like if you're still hungry, have some more broccoli or have some more, you know, asparagus, whatever veggie you're eating.
What if you skip a meal? Like, is that gonna hurt you? I mean, it's probably in there and I just missed it, but did they say something about skipping a meal?
Well, it talks about, let's see.
Because sometimes I do, and it's just because I forget to eat.
Yeah, it's in the points. Let's see. Let's look at the points. Talks about.
I don't think you get all your points if you don't eat.
because you wouldn't be logging anything. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't get the complete.
Yeah, because I know you
Points
showed
for
the
that
one with
day.
a 0. Like, I didn't know if that counted for not eating.
It's a good question. Maybe. I'll have to find out though, because I don't have a for sure answer.
That's the case.
I think by the wording under the 6
Yeah.
meals a day, it would read to me that you wouldn't get those 5 extra points
Right.
because you skipped a meal.
Yeah,
rather than
I bet that's
eating
what
the
it is. I
6
bet you
meals.
just missed out on the 5 points.
Okay.
So that's what that
Which
is.
is not a whole lot of points, so don't worry about it. 5 points.
You can make it up with the bonus points.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay, and there are a list of neutral foods. So these are foods that are not listed as healthy or unhealthy, and therefore do not add or subtract points. But please don't get carried away with the neutral. These are things like coconut oil and your nut butters, hummus, things like that are considered neutral. And so you should probably not, you know, gorge yourself on peanut butter. It's not going to do anything good for you on the scale. And then they also don't want us to eat after 8 p.m. So that's just to support our metabolism. And you earn 5 points if you don't eat anything after 8. Another way we earn points is through water consumption. So choosing water instead of anything else helps speed up your metabolism and saves you a ton of calories. And you can earn points based on how much you drink. So shoot for that 64 ounces and you can earn 10 points. I found these at HEB. They come in a 6-pack. There's a little more than 11 ounces in each of these. Make sure you guys can see that. And they're also safe to put oils in this type of plastic because it's called PET plastic. And so I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it's not going to break down whenever the oils are in them. Yeah. So the way that you look for that is on the bottom. It will have a number 1 and it'll have the letters PET on them. And so I'm going to shoot to drink all 6. They come in a little 6 container kit thing. So I'm going to shoot to drink every single bottle every day. So I'm going to fill them up again before I go to bed, put them back in the container, and then start over the next day. So that's a really good way for me because drinking water is hard for me. Like I really have to like be intentional and think about it. So if you're the same way, doing something like that is going to help you. Another thing about this is it's also recommended to drink half of your body weight in water if you're on a diet. That's because water helps to flush out toxins, flush fat cells, make them smaller, and it's going to help you without retaining a bunch of water. So drinking water helps to not retain water. Does that make sense? So half of your weight in water is what is recommended.
Yep. Half of your weight?
Mm-hmm. So like say you weigh 200 pounds, you should try and drink 100 ounces of water.
No, ounces. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to drink 50 pounds of water.
Half your weight in ounces.
Yeah, in ounces. So I'm glad we clarified that. Somebody's like jugging the bathtub. Ooh, I can't do this. Yeah. So
You can actually die from drinking too much water.
yes,
so
there
don't
is
overdo
such a
it.
thing. So don't overdo that. That's for sure. Okay, exercise. It says, we know that the length of time we exercise has a direct impact on how many calories we burn and thus how much fat we lose. You earn 20 points if you exercise for at least 30 minutes each day. If you can carry on a conversation while you are exercising, then you aren't working out hard enough. To earn your 20 points for exercising, you must be out of breath during your workout, and you shouldn't be able to carry on a conversation. So a light stroll around your neighborhood isn't going to cut it for working out. You need to, if that's what you're going to do and you're going to walk for your exercise, you need to pick up the pace a little bit. So you should not be completely comfortable whenever you're working out. You should get your heart rate up. You should be breathing a little bit heavy. So yeah. And if you're choosing to work out with the TerraFit workout, you get extra points. So the TerraFit workout incorporates a unique 4x4 interval system combining lean muscle strength training with high intensity interval training, or it's called HIIT workouts. So these are really, really cool because they keep your metabolism up. And so you can burn up to 9 times the fat and calories of traditional cardio workout by helping your body continue to burn calories even after you've worked out. So the studies that I've seen will show, like, if you do regular cardio, you burn calories while you're working out, and then you burn them a little bit after you've worked out, and then your calorie burn drops, and it's pretty much sedentary the rest of the day. With a HIIT workout, what it is it's 30 seconds on, as much as you can, as hard as you can go during that 30 seconds, then you take a 30-second break. And so what this does is after you do it, then after your workout, it'll show your calories, and the calories stay really high for the majority of the day, even while you're at rest. So that's really cool for burning more calories throughout the day and for getting rid of that fat. So it talks about creating an oxygen deficit. And so our body engages in excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, EPIC. EPIC is directly correlated to the intensity of your workout session. So this is what it's talking about, keeping our calorie burn high. So the more intense the workout, the more calories your body will burn after the workout has ended. The calories continue to burn until your body returns to the state it was in before you started working out. So let's see, you earn an extra 10 points if you use the TerraFit workout and you follow the TerraFit workout schedule. These are things that we're not going to be able to see until we can log in.
But you can add it to your calendar.
What?
The TerraFit
Mm-hmm.
schedule, I added today to my TerraFit calendar.
Oh, cool. You'll have to show me how to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, awesome. I haven't logged on in a while, so I should do that. Let's see. So it says, for example, if you're following the TerraFit program, you only need to do the workout that is on the TerraFit schedule in your workout guide. You'll receive 20 points for working out and 10 points for following the TerraFit program, for a total of 30 points. And there are rest days that are in our calendars, and those rest days are on Wednesdays and Sundays. And so you won't have to worry about logging in. You'll automatically get 30 points on Wednesdays and Sundays for working out.
So then what did the trainer or the coach say about us sharing a workout?
She said that was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they said, don't worry about that. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to talk about the bonus points. So every day you're eligible to earn an additional 10 points by using doTERRA's product lineup for weight loss and essential oil supplements. You'll receive points for using, they only give you 5 points per product for a maximum of 2 products. So whatever you choose to use during the day, that's cool. So the first one they're going to want us to talk about is Slim and Sassy. So Slim and Sassy comes in 2 forms. Comes as a capsule. This is the version that I will be taking. And then it comes as an oil. And I'm going to give you guys spray bottles. This is the easiest way to use them. So you're going to pour in an entire bottle of Slim and Sassy. Then you're going to fill the rest up with coconut oil. So shake that up. Put it on before you work out, on your trouble zones, whatever you're trying to cut down on. or after you get out of the shower. Rub that in.
You said coconut oil?
So the fractionated coconut oil. Yeah, cool. This is tingly, so you're definitely gonna feel it working. You can also do wraps. So the way to do a wrap would be to spray it on wherever you're wanting it to go, and then to wrap it with cheesecloth and then saran wrap. Okay, so don't ever just do the saran wrap because it's got citrus oils in it, and that citrus oil can break down those plastics, and you don't want that seeping into what you're trying to lose, right? So these are pretty much not just for weight loss, they're for metabolism support. And so if you're having those midday cravings for sugar, like me, I have an intense afternoon, I need to go get this week it's been caramel squares from Starbucks because they're delicious. So Slim and Sassy is great for curbing those. Just a drop under your tongue, pretty much it's instantaneous, the amount of help that it gives you. And so those are the two ways that I'm going to use them. So I'm going to take them throughout the day in the capsule form, and then I'm going to be using them topically to help me out with things like cellulite or trimming certain places on my body that I want to improve. The next product, let's see, Trim Shake. So this is doTERRA's. You can use it as a meal replacement, or you can also use it as a snack. So if you're going to do it as a meal replacement, do 2 scoops. If you're going to just use it as a snack, just do 1 scoop. There's tons of recipes online. One of my favorites is using this. This is PB2. So it's powdered peanut butter. All it is peanuts. So there's nothing artificial, there's no preservatives, nothing in there. But it also ups the protein in your shake. So plus it tastes great. I like chocolate and peanut butter. It's kind of like Reese's or something. Another thing I like to put in my shakes, and it's also a vegetable, is spinach. I know that sounds kind of weird, like, ew, why would you put spinach in chocolate? But it makes it super creamy, and you can't taste the spinach at all. Like, it doesn't affect the taste. My kids will drink it, not a big deal. And it's a really, really easy way to get your veggies. Another thing I like to put in my trim shakes are Terra greens. So if you are in a rush and you don't want to get your spinach out and blend it up, pour some of this in there, shake it up. This is also going to be a veggie source.
So will that count as one of your?
Okay. It'll count as a vegetable. So, let's see, what else? Oh, you can mix that trim shake with, I like to use almond milk with it's like an almond coconut milk blend. You can use skim milk, you can use 2%, you can use almond milk, soy milk, whatever you like. You can also do, it says you can do juices, but that's a big calorie, big sugar source. So I would not suggest doing it with juice.
And on the milk, don't you have to make sure it's unsweetened, because the sweetener, the one that just says original has sugar in it.
You need to make sure that it's unsweetened. That's a really good point.
I was say, because would you only get a tablespoon of that, or how much would you?
Here, I'll
get
show
of
you. Okay, so these are in the non-refrigerated section. They're a heck of a lot cheaper than the stuff that you can find in the refrigerated section, and they last forever. So you shake these up before you use them. And so this one, if you want a super chocolatey shake, I do the chocolate with the chocolate. So like a double chocolate fudge kind of thing. And then blend it up. Really, really yummy. There's only 45 calories for an entire cup. So 8 ounces is a lot. I usually do about 6 ounces. So it's less than 40 calories, super easy.
Where do you find those?
2 grams of protein. At HEB, they're in the gluten-free section for us. I don't know where they would be in Odessa, but yeah, they're in the aisle. They're not cold. So you have to refrigerate them after you open them. So, and then this one's that almond coconut one that I was talking to you guys about. So this one has 45 calories, 3 grams of fat, 2 carbohydrates, no sugar, and 1 gram of protein. So these are 2 really good options for that. Okay, Lifelong Vitality. That is doTERRA's, it's their multivitamin, their omega, and their alpha CRS. These are going to be really, really crucial for just making sure your body has all the fuel that it needs. The omegas are awesome for brain health, awesome for heart health. The alpha CRS plus is wonderful for energy. What it does is it helps your cells to create more mitochondria. Mitochondria is what produces energy within our cells, and so that is going to help you with your energy throughout the day. And then the BMZ, now they changed the name and now it's MVP. They reformulated it a little bit, but that is all of your vitamins and minerals throughout the day. So just making sure that your body has exactly what it needs to get rid of any extra weight, shape up, all that jazz. So let's see. Oh, and there are essential oils inside those. So they're really, really great for health. We also get bonus points for drinking lemon in our water. So if you notice on our meal plan, I'll go ahead and pass those out. I have put, with each meal, I've put lemon H2O. And so in my Voss water bottles, I'm gonna put 1 drop of lemon each time, and that's gonna get me through my water for the day. So what lemon does is it helps dissolve toxins in our fat cells and in our regular cells actually. So whenever you add drops of essential oil, especially lemon, to a glass of water will help your body detox. So you earn bonus points when you add 3 to 5 drops of lemon essential oil to your water 3 times a day. So I said I was only doing 1 drop 6 times a day. So it adds up the same way. Does that make sense? Yeah.
No, say that one more time.
Okay, so this says adding 3 to 5 drops of lemon 3 times a day,
Okay.
but I'm gonna do it with every bottle.
Okay.
So I'm only doing 1. So instead of 3 to 5, 3 times, I'm doing 1 drop 6 times. Cool. Okay. The next one is the Mito to Max. This one is like, it takes the place of caffeinated drinks or any kind of energy beverage you would take. So Mito to Max supports healthy mitochondrial function. That mitochondria we talked about is that energy within our cells. That's what creates it. And it also helps with aerobic capacity. So it helps your heart beat the way it's supposed to whenever you're performing high functioning activities. So it also improves your stamina naturally without any harmful stimulants. Use Mito to Max as a healthy long-term alternative to caffeinated drinks and supplements for increased energy, yada, yada, yada. This one's great to use like 20 minutes before you work out to help you, up your workout, make sure it's really good, especially if you're doing your workout in the evening or the afternoon. So if you're like me and you work all day and you're dog tired when you get home, and that's the last thing you want to do is work out, Mito to Max is going to be a really good option to help you get the most out of your workout. So, and then we get bonus points for using Deep Blue, Peppermint, or Breathe. Deep Blue is fabulous for soreness. And so if you're not used to working out, or like me, like I work out, but I don't do it super intense all the time. So now that I'm upping my intensity, I'm going to be sore. And I know I'm going to be sore. So you can use Deep Blue before your workout to help loosen up your muscles, get you ready. And you can use it post-workout to help with any soreness that you're experiencing. Peppermint is wonderful for clearing out your airway passages. Really great to help you take deep, full breaths while you're working out so your body gets the oxygen that it needs while it's working out. And Breathe is the same way. Breathe is what I actually use instead of my asthma inhaler. What I'll do is I'll put 1 drop in my palm. I'll take 4 to 5 really good deep breaths, and then I don't have to take my inhaler to keep away my asthma. So, do you have a question? Oh, I thought you were. Let's see. Let's see.
So can you use a combination of those 3, or is it only one of those?
Yeah, you can use a combination. I think they just
Put
them all
together.
Yeah. Because they all, if you don't have Deep Blue, say you only have Peppermint, Peppermint will help soothe your sore muscles too. So like if your neck and shoulders are aching, peppermint and some coconut oil is gonna help take that right out. So peppermint's a really cool option too. Bonus points for the daily challenge. So the daily challenge is super exciting. This is going to be something that TerraFit does every day. And they are usually fitness related. So things like try to do as many push-ups you can in a minute. Try to do as many squats as you can do in a minute. Some other examples they gave were parking at the very end of the parking lot whenever you go to work, or the grocery store, things like that. So this is just stuff to burn more calories throughout the day. And I like competitive stuff like that, so I'm gonna really like doing that stuff. Okay, now here's how we're going to do weekly points for our weight loss. So they break it down into some steps. You're gonna weigh yourself right when you get up in the morning, after you go to the bathroom, every Monday using the same scale. So I'm not gonna weigh you guys today because one, you're not gonna be using my scale every single time, and so it's gonna be best that you use the scale that you're gonna weigh yourself on, okay? So you're gonna get up on Monday morning, the day that we start our challenge, you're gonna go pee, then you're gonna weigh yourself, okay? I like to weigh myself naked because I feel like these have weight.
Yes, they do. Even if it's
I don't
They
feel like it's an
all
ounce,
have
I'm taking it off. So I'll usually do it before I take a shower or whatever. But so yeah, that's when you're gonna do it. Now the way you calculate it is you're gonna calculate the weight on your previous Monday minus your current weight. So that's how you pick how much weight you lost, in case any of you didn't pass kindergarten math. That's how you do it. So obviously we're not gonna have a weight loss this time. We're just gonna have our starting weight. And then they missed a step, but step 3, you're gonna use that weight loss points to calculate it. So there's a formula down here. And so they take your weight loss from this week divided by your weight on the previous Monday times 3,000 equals your weight loss points. And so they give us some examples. It says, for example, Melanie weighs 153.4 pounds on the Monday of May 19th. And on Monday, May 26th, she weighs 151.2. Then the calculations are followed. So she takes her previous weight minus her current weight, and she gets a loss of 2.2 pounds. So to figure out her points, she takes that 2.2 pounds divided by her previous weight times 3,000 equals 43.02 points to get 43 points for that week. Is that clear as mud, or you got it? Okay. So don't forget that you're dividing by the previous week's weight, not the current week. Then it gives us another example. None of you are previous TerraFit challengers. Then this talks about the pay it forward. This is whenever you are telling people about it and they want to do it too. This is the program that you're going to use. And all of these instructions are at TerraFit.com under rules. So if you go home and you want to read these again for yourself, that's where you find them, okay? Class points. Okay, and then this is a breakdown of all the points. So healthy food, 2 points per serving, maximum of 20 points per day. For vegetables, this is an all or nothing. You get 10 points per day if you get all 4. Unhealthy points, this is unlimited. You can get as many negative points as you allow yourself to get. And so that's negative 2 points for each one. Okay, so here's the answer to that 6 small meals. It's 6 small meals, 5 points, all or nothing. So you don't do that, you miss a meal, you don't get the points. Not eating after 8, 5 points. Water consumption, the most you can get is 10 points if you drink 64 ounces. Exercising at least 30 minutes per day. Remember, that's heavy breathing, uncomfortable to have conversation type exercise. 20 points, all or nothing. And then these are the bonus points. So for following the TerraFit, we get 10 points. For using any of the products, you can pick 2 and you'll get 5 points for each of those. For me, honestly, I'm probably going to use most of these. And so just pick 10 points. Doesn't matter which one you choose. The daily challenge, this is given through the web app. 10 points, all or nothing. Weekly points for weight loss, that's what we just did. and then paying it forward. So those 10 points referrals. Okay, now we're getting down into the healthy food list. So the first section that they give us are vegetables. Fresh is recommended over frozen. That's for nutrient value. Another thing I would suggest to use is try really, really hard not to use your microwave whenever you use these. I know that that's not completely possible all the time, but if you can steam them on your stove or even eating them raw is going to keep a lot of the nutrients that are in those that are lost whenever we microwave.
And be careful because some of the frozen vegetables have sugar added.
Good point. So, yeah, I guess check ingredient labels. Always check ingredients.
All the time.
Let's see. And so if you're not sure what to eat or you are like completely disgusted by everything I chose for my meal plan, do whatever is on the healthy food list that you like, the foods that you enjoy, things that you're going to stick with. Fruits, they give us tons of fruits. I want to point out a couple of things. Avocados, tomatoes, and let's see, might be the only two I need to point out, are not considered vegetables. So these are fruits because they have the seeds inside them. So obviously there's a ton of other things like cucumbers and that sort of thing that have the seeds inside them, but these two they're considering fruits for this section. If you choose to get any kind of canned fruits, please make sure that they're only canned in water, no added sugar, okay? And not even just regular juice. So like pineapples, you can buy the little cups that are canned in pineapple juice. Try to find the ones that are just in water. That'll be your best option.
There's not a limit, or there's not a, you have to get 4 vegetables, but it doesn't say how many fruits, does it?
And fruits are high in sugar.
Yeah.
It's natural sugar, but it's still going to turn into sugar when you consume it.
If it's like dried, sometimes I'll have dried apricots. I mean, does that count? That's, I know it's not fresh, so.
Yeah, it says right here, unsweetened dried varieties in small
I didn't see that.
amounts.
Okay.
Yeah. So a small amount is probably going to be about a handful. So, but that was a good question. Seafood, if it's canned, so like tuna fish, make sure it's packed in water and not oil. I like all the fish that they put on there, so that's a really, really easy option for me. Things like this, or if you're going out to eat, don't order off the menu. Like if you know that there's nothing at that place that you can eat, just tell them I want salmon, or I want chicken, or I want steak. This is how I want it cooked. I want it with salt and pepper, and I want a little bit of olive oil. Then do 2 sides of veggies. I want steamed broccoli and I want steamed whatever. And most restaurants, if you do that, are completely accommodating. So don't ever be afraid to go out to dinner with your family, because there's typically something that they can give you. Or stick with a salad. You know, just do the dressing on the side. Try to choose like a vinaigrette or vinegar and olive oil, and then dip your fork, then get your salad. It's a really easy way to cut the dressing. If there's not a vinegar or oil-based dressing, you can choose a low-fat option and just do that. It's going to cut down on calories for you really, really easily.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so nuts and seeds. They've got all the seeds and nuts on here except for peanuts. Peanuts are not, oh, they do have peanuts, but peanuts are not a good option. They've got loaded with fats, and there's not very many health properties. This is the one that I chose. This one's also really good in smoothies. It really adds a like creamy texture that I really like. So a good portion size for things like cashews, because they are high in fat, would be about a small palm size. So, and try to be sure that you choose the unsalted versions, okay? And you're always gonna wanna try to do organic non-GMO.
It says like next to the pumpkin seed superfood. What do they mean by a superfood? What is?
A superfood is, I've heard of them. I don't know if I know how to exactly define them. They're foods that have a lot of good benefits for your body. So things like chia seeds, what else? Hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds. And these are some really good options that you can add to like a salad. Like throw a dash of like pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds on your salad. Really, really good option. I'll see if I can find a really good
flaxseed and with my oatmeal. Just blend it up.
Yep.
My kids eat it, taste it. It's a good way to get that.
And they've got a ton of protein in flax seeds too.
This is kind of a little bit different still on this food subject, but what about artificial sweeteners? Like,
We're gonna talk about that at the
Oh,
very
okay.
end.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we're gonna get there. Okay, so beans, Mom, you're gonna need at least 4 of these every day.
No.
Oh, my mom hates beans. Beans are good sources of protein. Edamame is on here. This is the other one I was talking about. They're not considering edamame a vegetable. This is going to be considered a bean or a legume. So they're really good protein sources, really low in calories. So those are really good on salads, all kinds of stuff. Do you have a question? Or want to say something? This right here, caseo beans. Anybody know how to say that? They have what's called caseo nibs. They're really, really small, really good in shakes. So my mom is like addicted to Java chip frappuccinos. And so I told her she needs to get some caseo nibs to put in her.
See, like, where do you find them?
They're in the health area of HEB.
Where they have like you bag it yourself.
No, these are already bagged, but they might have them.
Over
I
the
just
same,
haven't
what's
looked.
that same side?
I've read that, or I've heard, I had a bunch of nurses come in and they said the garbanzo beans, if you go in and just like freeze them,
Mhm.
you can snack on them and they're actually really good.
You can also make cookies out of them.
Really?
They're
I didn't know
delicious.
that, but she let me have a few and I was just like snacking on them. So
Yeah.
if anybody thinks
Cool.
garbanzo beans might be a good.
There we go. See, and I think this is a good way for us to try new stuff that we haven't really gotten into. Jojo. Okay, so poultry and meats. This is beef, bison, chicken, deer, elk, lamb, and turkey. Always choose grass-fed, cage-free versions if you can.
What is RBST? I did not figure that out.
I think that it is like antibiotics. So whenever whenever cows are out there and they're sick and they give them antibiotics, stuff like that. But one of those things I need to look up too. So eggs and dairy. Cheese, the only limit on this is that it says small servings. So a small serving of cheese is probably like an ounce. So like a cheese stick is about an ounce. If you're going to put it on your salad, about an ounce. Now, like take a whole palm of cheese and dump it on your salad.
Cottage cheese. You can only have that much.
No, you can have, 3 to 4 ounces of cottage cheese.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Can you do yogurt? Because I don't see yogurt on
Yeah, it's on the bottom
It's at
there.
the very
Oh,
Right
there
there.
it is. Okay,
Plain Greek, and it needs to be less than 20 grams of carbs per serving. HEB's version of Greek is really good, and it actually says RBST free right there on the label. So whatever that is, HEB's Greek yogurt doesn't have it in it. So, and I like to put, I've got some grain-free granola, and it's like cocoa mixed with coconut. Just a little bit of that on top of it helps me, because Greek yogurt is really, really bitter to me. So that really helps me out doing that. Let's see. Okay, grains. So there's all the grains you can do. Notice that there's nothing white on there. Some of the good options that I found were this multigrain medley. This is like in the bag already. It's got quinoa in it. It was like $2 for 4 bags of it. So that was really cool. It's gluten-free, 100% whole grain. And if you look at the ingredients, the only ingredients in it are pre-cooked whole grain brown rice, pre-cooked red rice, pre-cooked wild rice, and quinoa. Nothing else in there. So that was that. And then I also found this option, but this was a little bit more expensive. Takes about 15 minutes to cook this one, but it's really yummy and it's seasoned already, so you don't have to do much to make it taste good. This is just quinoa and brown rice, and they've got Italian version, a Mediterranean version, a Spanish version. So you can add quinoa and rice to things like salad. You can do it on the side of any kind of protein, and you can mix them up with your vegetables if you want to do something like that for a snack. Quinoa is a good source of protein too. Let's see. Okay, so here's the miscellaneous foods. Talks about your almond milk, and then it talks about the no sugar added. So making sure you get the unsweetened version. Apple cider vinegar, herbs, kombucha, and other fermented drinks. These are really good for things like if you need a probiotic, a kombucha drink is a really good one. I don't like them. They don't sit well with me. They don't taste very good. So some people love them. I am not one of those people. Same for kefir or kefir. I'm not a big kefir fan myself. So yeah. Local raw honey, juice, raw vegetables and greens, and fruit. Maca root powder. Talks about oils, popcorn. This one is going to be big for me because we love popcorn in the evenings while we're watching TV. Try to do the air popped with low oil and salt. So you're going to want to get a popcorn popper. If you haven't gotten one, they're like $20 at Gibson's.
You can do it in a pan too if you really like.
Oh yeah, my mom's knows how to do that.
Just gotta.
You really gotta try to keep it moving.
Yeah,
It's super
yeah.
easy. It's super easy.
Cool.
It really is.
Yeah.
So no bags,
Yeah.
no buttered popcorn versions, not any of that.
No microwave.
Okay, so protein bars. These are no more than 25 carbs unless there's more than 10 grams of fiber. These are my absolute favorite. I want you to try it. This version is the chocolate brownie.
And did you get these at HEB?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
They're about $2.50. These are Quest bars, and they come in all kinds of flavors. They come in like peanut butter cookie and s'mores and cookie dough. And so these are also really good options if you are really struggling with something that's sweet and you really need something. These are good options for me. And they're also good options because one of the meal times is right whenever I'm picking up Kinsey. And so I don't really have a whole lot of time to eat at that time. So I'm going to be eating this like on the road or while I'm waiting in the pickup line, that kind of thing. But the ingredients in this one are, there's the protein blend, there's prebiotic fiber, almonds, cocoa, and water. And that's it.
I have a question about the bars. I'm like addicted to these ones at the health food store, and they're healthy. They have like 4 or 5 different veggies in it. Can I count those as my veggies if it comes in a bar?
Bet you could.
Because I read it, and they talk about how they have the 4 types of vegetables that are in this.
Cool.
I don't know the serving size.
Yeah, you'll have to take a picture of it and like send it to us and the ingredients and stuff. So that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's cool if on the Facebook page if you find something cool that you wouldn't normally see. That way we can all.
Yeah, and this
Good ideas.
is there's only 24 carbs, so it's right underneath that 25 carb limit. It's got 20 grams of protein. It's a big protein, really good to have after you work out, help build back up that muscle that you just tore apart. 6 grams of fat, 1 gram of sugar, so super low in sugar, and only 170 calories. So this is going to be one of my go-tos during the challenge. And then salsa. So you need to pick the low sugar, low sodium, and preferably fresh. So if you can make your own salsa, more power to you. Unhealthy foods list. So here's the things that we cannot have. Alcohol, all kinds. Artificial colors, sweeteners, and flavors. So sucralose, aspartame. I don't know even how to say the next one.
What about? I can't think. I know. I really remember. It's stevia.
Yes.
We were just talking about that one. I think that is considered, this is a neutral food.
Oh.
So natural sweeteners like agave nectar. And I wanted to show, are you guys coffee drinkers?
Yes.
Okay. This stuff is in the coffee aisle at HEB. All that's in it is organic agave, salted caramel flavor, salt, and citric acid. There's 60 calories for a tablespoon. And with this and some almond milk in my coffee, I'll be okay. So I need some coffee in the morning. And so this is my go-to. But this is really yummy too. And they had a couple of other flavors. So that one was really cool. And you can take it and pass it around if you want. Let's see, what are some of the other ones? Let's see. So no processed carbs, no preservatives. Oh, I missed it. Bagels, crumpets, English muffins. These are the white versions. You cannot have any white breads. Candy, all kinds, cream, dressings. These are your high fats, things like ranch, Caesar, blue cheese, high fat, sodium meat. So this means like lunch meat. You can't like go get a bag of turkey meat and try to eat that. The best way to do it is going to be to get turkey breast and like pre-cook it. So like on Sunday, if you're going to like meal prep, get like the breast, cook it, grill it, bake it, whatever you're going to do, and then cut it up for the week. Don't go buy some lunch meat because they're super high in sodium. And they've also got a ton of other chemicals that you don't need to consume that much of. High fructose corn syrup, ice cream, frozen yogurts. A really cool way to make ice cream is to freeze a banana and blend it up with a little bit of almond milk. You could throw some almonds in there, some pecans, and it tastes really, really good.
PB2.
Oh yeah, this stuff is really good with
A
it. So like
recipe
peanut butter,
with
banana.
coconut.
Is it
Coconut milk, so it has no sugar in it for ice cream. It's a really good one.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about putting on the celery?
Where?
It says celery and 2 tablespoons of PB2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a dry?
Yes, this is dry, but what you do is you mix it up with water.
Okay.
So you do 2 tablespoons of this, a tablespoon of water, and then you stir it up until it turns into peanut butter.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. There's another option for like if you need a sweet treat. So at the bottom of my meal plan, I've got frozen raspberries blended with a scoop of my trim shake mix, a 1/4 cup of cashews, and the no sugar added almond milk. It's kind of like tastes like a sorbet to me. So if you like any kind of raspberry anything, kind of like raspberry chocolatey goodness at the end of the day. So let's see. No margarine or shortening, no mayonnaise, no Miracle Whip, no MSG. These are the oils that you cannot use. You cannot use canola, vegetable, hydrogenated, palm. The best oils to stick with are extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil. Try to get organic if at all possible. So no pastries, no preservatives, no processed carbs, no processed meats. So like hot dogs, Vienna sausage, Spam, no store-bought juices, processed, no sauces, soda, diet and natural varieties are included in this. So if you need something carbonated, try carbonated water. Like carbonated flavored water is a good
But
option.
be careful, because like tonic water has high
Has sugar.
fructose corn syrup in it.
I know that where I get the bars at the health food store, the Carrot Patch, they have some that are 0 calories, but they're sweetened with this stevia, and they're really good. They're like, they taste like a soda, but they're really good. So
Cool.
if somebody like has
That's a
some
good
that
option.
carbonated drink,
Mhm.
it's there.
That'd be a good thing to maybe share on Facebook.
Sure, I'll go get some because I usually go through
Yeah, I
once
do
a month,
pick.
and I'll take some pics and
Cool.
on Facebook.
For sure. So no sugar, no evaporated cane sugar, that type of stuff. No white rice, white bread, white fruits, rolls, breadsticks. No white flours from grains and starches. This includes gluten-free varieties. So that's why whenever I was saying I got that that grain-free granola, I mean, that's why. So let's see.
Can I ask something right
Mhm.
before you go on? On this PB2, where do you get that? What?
HEB
I know, but
in the
like,
peanut butter section.
oh, where the regular peanut butter is?
Mhm. And they also have a chocolate version too.
And can you make it like a little ahead of time? And like if I wanted to make it for Papa and put it in a Tupperware thing,
Mhm.
can he, for like the next day or whatever, is it stay okay? Or do you have to make it right?
You know, I don't
then?
think I've ever made it ahead of time, but I don't see why it would not be okay as long as it's refrigerated, probably. So, that's a good question. Okay, so these are some things that we can do. Hormone-free butter, so very, very small amounts of that. Low-fat sugar dressings. That means things like vinegar and olive oil base, no ranch. This is something that I found because we can't have Greek yogurt. So this is in the salad section at H-E-B. And all it is Greek yogurt. There's some cornstarch, garlic, egg yolk, natural flavors, water, cider vinegar, salt. There's 5 grams for 2 tablespoons of fat, 60 calories, 2 carbs, no sugar, and 2 proteins. Really, really yummy too. So I like that it doesn't taste like.
Is that like a dressing?
But and it's gluten-free, no preservatives, no MSG, no high fructose corn syrup. Really, really yummy. And there's a lot of flavors of this too. So that's cool. You can have mustard and low sugar ketchup if you need that on your meats. This is something else that I found that is super yummy to use on meats. It's called Flavor God. And all of these are GMO free, really good on everything, like literally fish, chicken, salads, eggs. It's really good on all kinds of stuff. They have a ton of different varieties too.
That was an H-E-B as well.
No, I ordered these online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You said they're called what again?
Flavor God. It was like $34 for these 4. So, okay, let's see. Contest eligibility, you can go through that. Then this is where it talks about like sizes and stuff. I wish I could turn this around. Let's see. I don't know. Here's some time and spaces. It suggests doing them every 2 to 3 hours, which is what I did on my meal plan. They give you some tips on fat loss accelerators. So the 6 small meals, the lots of water, the trim shake, and these are some fat loss inhibitors. It talks about white breads and juices, high calorie drinks. Okay, so here's your serving sizes. So if you are doing vegetables, a whole hand, like spread out, you can have that much vegetables. Okay, so like I said, don't worry about how many vegetables you're getting. They're very low calorie and they're really good for you as long as they're not drenched in sauces and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So go all out with vegetables. If you're doing all your complex carbs and starchy foods, do about a palm size. So potatoes, things like that. You're gonna go with that. Also good for like your rices and your oatmeals, anything like that. You're gonna want to do about a palm size, which is about a cup. So meats about the palm of your hand or a deck of cards, if that's better for you to picture. Same thing for protein-rich nuts and seeds. So about a palm size. And then things like sugars, dressings, and desserts, you're gonna want to try to go for your thumb. Okay. Those are easy things to do too whenever you're out and about. Like if you're out to dinner, you've always got your hand with you, so you can kind of visualize your
print that out and have it like in your kitchen when you're fixing your food.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Good reference guide.
Good to have. And this is, again, it's on the front of our thing. So I don't know if anybody in Odessa got to see this stuff, so I'm going to show it again. These are the almond milks that we're choosing, the unsweetened versions. I like cashews, so I got the unsalted. These are from H-E-B, about a palm size is a serving. This is that multi-grain minute. It's quinoa and brown rice. This was a really good option. These are the protein bars that we were talking about. They're Quest bars, 20 grams of protein, 24 carbs, very little sugar. Good snack option. This is that Greek yogurt dressing. Find it in your salad section. And this is the PB2. That is a good protein upper for your shakes or if you're going to blend it up with some water. And this is that organic agave that I'm going to use in my coffees. And this is that brand of seasoning. It's Flavor God. Oh, and these are those Voss waters. They come in 6, 11-ounce bottles to get my water in for the day. So, okay, now we're going to take our measurements and take our before pictures. So we're going to sign off. And if you have any questions, don't forget to ask. If I don't know the answer, I'll be sure and find out how. All right, bye guys.